Hey everyone, and welcome back to Invest Education Hub. Today, we are tackling a massive question, one that almost every new investor asks. Robinhood or Webull? I mean, you've seen the names everywhere, right? But here's the thing, they're actually built for very different kinds of people. So let's dive in and figure out which one is the right fit for you. You know, for the longest time, investing really felt like this exclusive club, right? Something for Wall Street suits, not for everyday people. But then, these apps, Robinhood and Webull, they came along and just completely shattered those barriers. They literally opened up the stock market to millions of new investors, all from the palm of your hand. It's finance right in your pocket. Okay, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of what separates them, let's just talk about why they both got so popular in the first place. On the surface, they look pretty similar. They both have these game-changing features like $0 commissions on stocks and ETFs and fractional shares, which means you can invest with any budget. And get this, they even offer IRAs with a match on your contributions. That's a really fantastic perk for sure. So if they have all that in common, what's the big deal? Why even have this conversation? Well, it all comes down to their core philosophy. And I think the best way to think about it is like buying a car. Are you looking for a super clean, simple ride that just gets you from point A to point B, no fuss? Or are you the kind of person who wants a high-performance machine with a dashboard full of gauges and data, giving you total control over every little detail? That's really the fundamental choice we're looking at here. And this is exactly what that difference looks like in practice. Robinhood is all about that clean, minimalist design. It's famous for its super simple, almost gamified interface. It's absolutely perfect for beginners or for passive investors who just want to set it and forget it. Webull, on the other hand, is the complete opposite. It's a powerhouse built for active, data-driven traders. It's just packed to the gills with advanced charts, technical indicators, and all the deep market data you could ever want. And hey, don't just take my word for it. You can see this split clear as day in how real users talk about these apps. Take this Reddit user, for example. They're on Robinhood specifically because of the user interface. They're long-term investors, so all the complex trading stuff isn't really an issue for them. The clean, simple design is a perfect fit. Now, let's flip the coin and look at the other side. Here's a Webull user who says they love the platform specifically for its technical analysis tools. For traders who really want to get their hands dirty, dig into the charts, and strategize every single move, well, Webull's data-rich environment is the obvious winner. Okay, so we've got a good handle on the feel, the user experience, but what about what's actually under the hood? What can you invest your money in? Let's pop the hood and take a look at the different assets and account types you get with each one. So, right off the bat, you can see both platforms cover the essentials. Stocks, ETFs, options, they've got you covered. But the differences are where it gets interesting. For instance, Robinhood lets you trade crypto right there in the main app, which is super convenient. Webull, on the other hand, offers futures trading, which is a big deal for more advanced traders. It's also really important to note that neither of them offers mutual funds, so if that's your thing, you'll have to look elsewhere. When it comes to the types of accounts you can open, they're pretty much identical. You've got your standard individual taxable accounts, and then the big three for retirement: traditional, Roth, and rollover IRAs. So for most people's core investing needs, honestly, you're covered no matter which one you choose. All right, now let's talk about the part everyone's really curious about: the money. That whole zero commissions thing sounds amazing, right? But let's be real, these are businesses. They have to make a profit somehow. So let's dig into the real costs and the perks that go beyond that big, flashy headline. And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is commission-free truly free? There's that old saying, if you're not paying for the product, you are the product. So how on earth do these companies stay in business if they aren't charging you to trade? Well, the answer is a little thing called payment for order flow, or PFOF for short. Here's how it works. Both Robinhood and Webull get paid by big-time market makers to send your trades their way. This is the business model that makes zero-commission trading possible, but it is controversial. The SEC itself has pointed out that this can create a conflict of interest, and it might mean you don't always get the absolute best price on your trades. It's a tiny difference, but it can add up. Both platforms also have these premium subscriptions you can pay for, Robinhood Gold and Webull Premium. For a small monthly fee, you get cool perks like high-yield savings on your cash and access to professional research. But take a close look at that IRA match. Webull is offering a slightly higher match, 3.5%, for a slightly lower monthly cost. If you're serious about maxing out your retirement accounts, that gives Webull a pretty clear edge. And here's one of those little costs that a lot of people overlook, the transfer out fee. Look, you might love the platform, but what if you decide to leave someday? If you want to move your account to another broker, Robinhood is going to charge you $100. Webull is a bit cheaper at $75. It's not a deal breaker, but it's definitely something you want to know about before you sign up. Okay, let's shift gears and talk about something really important: trust and transparency. Both of these platforms have had their share of controversy, and it's absolutely crucial that you go into this with your eyes wide open. We're just going to lay out the facts here completely impartially so you can make your own informed decision. Robinhood, as you might remember, has been through some major public storms. The big one, of course, was in 2021 when they restricted trading on meme stocks like GameStop, which angered a lot of users. They also had to pay a $65 million fine to the SEC for misleading customers about that PFOF model and failing to get them the best execution prices. And on top of all that, a common complaint you'll see in user reviews is about their customer service, with people often citing slow response times. Now, the concerns with Webull are a little different. The main thing people point to is that its parent company is based in China. Now, to be clear, Webull's US operations are fully regulated here in the States, but that ownership structure is a point of concern for some users. Another thing we've seen reported by users online is that moving your portfolio out of Webull and to another broker can sometimes be a slow and difficult process. So after laying all of that out, the features, the costs, the controversies, which one should you actually choose? The truth is, there is no single best platform. It 100% comes down to what kind of investor you are and what you value most. So let's create a little framework here and break down who each platform is really built for. Robinhood is probably going to be your perfect fit if simplicity is your #1 priority. If you're a new investor or a passive buy and hold type, that clean, intuitive interface is just really hard to beat. Also, if you want the convenience of trading both your stocks and your crypto all in one place without any extra fuss, Robinhood is the way to go. On the other hand, you should probably lean towards Webull if you're a more active trader, someone who really loves to dig into the data. If you want those advanced charting tools and technical indicators, if you want to practice your strategies with a paper trading account before using real money, or if you're interested in trading things like futures, Webull is tailor-made for you. So at the end of the day, this choice isn't just about picking an app. It's really about asking yourself, what kind of investor do I want to be? Are you looking to build wealth steadily and quietly in the background? Or do you want to be in the driver's seat, analyzing every chart and every move? The right tool for the job really depends on your answer to that question. Thanks so much for joining us here at Invest Education Hub.